Hello everybody. Hi, I'm Jewel and welcome. Welcome to my channel. First of all, I would like to thank all of those that replied to my video that my brother has COVID-19. I would like to say first of all that yes, he is still hanging on, and I want to thank all of you for your comments, for your well wishes, for your support, for your positivity. It meant so much to me. I cannot tell you how much. Yes, he is still holding on. We know that he had to have a dialysis treatment because his kidneys were failing, but that's about all we know right now. You know, it's very, very difficult to get any information in any hospital right now that is being overrun with COVID-19 patients. So all that we know as a family is he is still there, he is still holding on, and that's about all we do know. So we continue to ask for your prayers, your well wishes, your positivity, and I thank you so much. Today I want to bring you a statement from the National Kidney Foundation that I think is very, very important for all kidney patients, dialysis patients, transplant patients, and all those that are in the kidney community. So guys, let's get started. NKF urges America's hospitals and healthcare systems to not implement policies to deprive kidney patients from life-saving interventions during COVID-19. On April 3, 2020, in a letter sent to the leading trade organizations representing the nation's hospitals and healthcare systems, the National Kidney Foundation expressed concern over news reports that some health systems and state governments are considering crisis management policies which would deprive certain patient groups, including patients with end-stage renal disease, of life-saving interventions from COVID-19, including ventilation. The National Kidney Foundation understands that these are extreme circumstances but cannot support a policy that would arbitrarily deny someone treatment due to their pre-existing health condition or disability. As a nephrologist who treats end-stage renal disease patients, I can tell you that each patient is different and medical judgment instead of arbitrarily hospital or healthcare system guidelines should be used when determining who gets access to life-saving ventilator and other COVID-19 treatments, said Holly Kramer, MD, president of National Kidney Foundation and a board-certified nephrologist. Thanks to the miracle of dialysis and transplant, end-stage renal disease is not a terminal condition and should not be treated as such. Dialysis serves as an artificial kidney for patients with end-stage renal disease. Dialysis machines remove waste and extra chemicals and fluid from the blood, help maintain the body's natural chemical levels, and help controls blood pressure. Currently, more than 500,000 Americans rely on dialysis to replace their kidney function. Average life expectancy on dialysis is 5 to 10 years. However, many patients live well on dialysis for 20 or even 30 years. For many patients, dialysis is a temporary treatment as they await a kidney from a deceased or living donor. We appreciate that these draft policies attempt to set parameters to help healthcare providers make unimaginable, heartbreaking choices. A one-size-fits-all category that denies care to all patients with ESRD, end-stage renal disease, is short-sighted, arbitrarily, and discriminatory, and said Kevin Legino, CEO of the National Kidney Foundation and a kidney transplant patient. Such policies could deny care to entire categories of individuals who might recover from COVID-19 and go on living a long and productive life. These concerns are echoed in recent articles in the Journal of American the American Medical Association, which states that these categorical exclusions are not explicitly justified, and they are ethically flawed because the criteria for exclusion, long-term prognosis, and functional status are selectively applied to only some types of patients rather than to all patients being considered for critical care. The National Kidney Foundation is advocating for efforts to accelerate the manufacture and distribution of critical medical supplies, including ventilators. However, as health systems find themselves without adequate supplies, we encourage these groups to adapt decision-making protocols that treat each patient as an individual and determine treatment plans that reflect each patient's unique medical circumstance. Unilateral guidance should never outweigh sound medical judgment. This position is supported by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Civil Rights, which stated last week that decisions concerning whether an individual is a candidate for treatment should be based on individualized assessment of the patient and his or her circumstances based on the best available objective evidence. Okay, everyone, this is NKF urges American hospitals, healthcare systems to not implement policies to deprive kidney patients from life-saving interventions during COVID-19. Okay, guys, as you see, the National Kidney Foundation is stating that there are some hospitals and some organizations that are making decisions for people that have pre-existing conditions to not use ventilators or other medical supplies to keep them alive because of their pre-existing conditions. And the National Kidney Foundation and all organizations, plus the HHS, has stated that these are unethical policies, and they has to be stopped because every individual patient has to be treated on an individual basis. Guys, this is a very disappointing news from this article, but it states that some hospitals, like I said, are not implementing, ventilators for some people that may need them, even though, they can beat this disease by just proper care. So, guys, this is something that is going on apparently in hospitals all over the country, and the National Kidney Foundation and other organizations are letting them know and urging them to not do this. Do not, you know, um, um, use these policies that exclude other people, no matter their illness, no matter their pre-existing condition, from getting help when they need it through this COVID-19 crisis. So, guys, this is, like I said, this is very disappointing. But at this time, it's so many things are going on in the hospitals right now that we are not privy to as people on the outside, because everything is really a madhouse. So we urge hospitals and all of these organizations to please look at all kidney patients and all patients as individuals, and to treat them as individuals, to give them the care that they need as individuals. So, guys, if you found this information useful, please like, share, and subscribe. And I want to send all of the patients, of kidney patients and all patients that have pre-existing conditions right now through COVID-19, that we send you love and care and so much affection, affection, guys. We are hoping and praying that these policies will not affect all of us in the kidney community and any community of patients that have pre-existing conditions. And guys, we know that yes, things are really, really hard right now in hospitals, but they have to know that that all of us that do have pre-existing conditions, we want to live just as much as everyone else, and it is only right that you treat all of us as individuals and not exclude or discriminate against anyone. So, guys, I want to tell you that I thank you all for your kind words again, and and your support for my brother with COVID-19. And I thank you all for just being there for me. And I thank you all for listening to this information to let you know what's going on through all, apparently through out hospitals all through this country with people with pre-existing conditions. And it has to stop because everybody deserves the chance to live in all the medical help that they need. So guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.